Okay, today we're going to be talking about two mechanics in Fortnite that you need to know. Alright, no matter what level of Fortnite you are at, whether you are an absolute Fortnite noob, you have 0 wins, you've never even really played the game before, or you could be the exact opposite, you've been playing since season 1 of Fortnite, you're an absolute veteran of the game, you're a beast, you still need to know these mechanics to be at your full potential of the game. Alright, these two mechanics I'm going to be talking about in this video are 1, high ground, and 2, controlling the pace of each engagement. Alright, the first mechanic, high ground, that's pretty obvious. That just means you need to be above your opponent when you fight them. And mechanic number 2, controlling the engagement. Alright, this just means that you want to control the tempo of the fight, you want to control the pace at which it's going, and you basically need 2 things to do this. You need cover, which could be just a wall, it could be your own ramp, it could be anything, and then also you need to know how to manipulate the third person aspect of Fortnite. And once you fully understand and learn these 2 mechanics, you can go and completely destroy everyone in Fortnite and start winning a bunch of games.
Now, Season 5 has implemented so many amazing additions to the game, allowing us to find lots of new stuff out. These tips will range from simple to pro, giving you well-rounded strategies for the new season.
Coming in at number 8, we have using the golf carts as a bounce pad before a fight. Whenever you drive up on someone in a golf cart, they usually have a second to react and will build for the advantage. But if you know this trick, it will allow you to get the high ground before every fight. When you pull up on someone, immediately hit the brakes and jump on top of the golf cart. As you're jumping up, hold down your walls and this will allow you to go 3 stories high. This gives you the instant high ground advantage before every fight. We wanted to give a huge shout out to Tfue for creating this method, and a link to his Twitch will be in the description below.
Coming in at number 7, we have using rifts to escape the storm and to get faster rotations. The rifts replaced hop rocks this season and they are way more useful in so many ways. The rifts act as a launch pad from max height, allowing you to get around the map extremely fast. If you're an aggressive player, these will help you to get more rotations, allowing you to get more kills. If you've landed far from the circle, knowing where these rifts are will help you outrun the storm. These rifts have so many uses, and learning all of the locations can give you a huge advantage in game.
Coming in at number 6, we have emoting on the back of a golf cart to make yourself harder to hit. On the back of the golf cart, you're extremely exposed to fire, unlike the people in the front who have lots of cover. Luckily, we have a solution to make you way safer when riding with your squad. Whenever you're on the back of a cart, constantly emote. This changes your hitbox and makes you way harder to hit. Emotes like the Flippin' Sexy and the Worm are crazy good for this strategy, but any emote with lots of movement will work just as well.
Coming in at number 5, we have the new Western Town in the desert biome. This location is by far the best new place to land on the entire map. It has 13 chest spawns basically right on top of each other, tons of floor loot, and plenty of things to break for materials. This town is on the outskirts, so it's low pressure, but has golf cart spawns and rifts right next to it as well. This allows you to quickly move to anywhere else while getting great loot fast. Out of all the new locations added to the map, this one definitely is the most well-rounded for any situation.
Coming in at number 4, we have golf carts negating fall damage from any height. Now this tip is going to be super situational, but it's always good to know. The top of the golf cart acts like a bounce pad, allowing you to jump on top of it from any height without taking any fall damage. This could potentially save you in certain situations, or allow you to get some really insane trick shots. Either way, you never know when this could help you out.
Coming in at number 3, we have taking no fall damage when landing on the tires of the golf cart. This tip is extremely useful if you or your squad wants to get around the map fast. You can build a ramp up and use a bounce pad to send the cart flying, or you can send yourself through a rift and land on the tires to take no fall damage. It's surprising how easy it is to take fall damage in the cart, even off the smallest hills. So next time you're driving, remember to always land on the tires and your team will be just fine.
Coming in at number 2, we have running shotgun SMG or shotgun Tommy gun. Since double shotgun was nerfed, everyone is trying to find the answer for the new close range meta. The SMG and the Tommy gun are both insane at close ranges right now and are arguably better than the double shotgun before the nerf. The reason the SMG and Tommy gun are so good right now is because they counter building as well. So after you hit someone hard with the pump or heavy, cleaning them up with a fast firing weapon is extremely effective.
Anyway, first off, this is going to be my opponent's POV, okay? I'm rocking this sweet, sexy red skin, and as you can see, I had the high ground over that entire situation, end up getting the kill. Obviously, I had my teammate there to back me up, but you're going to see me retaking the high ground because he does initially have it. Here we go. I ramp up, stay above him, and then I just completely aggressively push him, jump off, take the pump shot, and switch my tactical SMG. And there's a reason why I have the advantage here. As you can see, I'm pushing above him. He literally cannot see me this entire time, okay? I'm flooring over to him after I use the ramps, and he literally cannot see me. All right, so now I accomplished the two mechanics that I want to. All right, not only do I check off the first step, I have high ground, but also I am controlling the pace of the game. All right, whenever we're going to engage in the gunfight, it's not because he's deciding to, it's because I'm deciding to, okay? Nowhere in this position where he is can he decide when we're going to take the battle. All right, only I can do that, and obviously I do that by just completely YOLOing and jumping off my own platform. He probably doesn't expect it at all, but that's how I decide to start the engagement, all right? Again, I'm controlling the pace, I'm controlling when we get into the battle, and I also have the high ground position. Now, no matter how casually you play Fortnite, all right, even if you do watch some videos on Fortnite, you'll understand and you'll know that everyone talks about the high ground, all right? Everyone wants to have the high ground, all right? And you may not know why, and here are a bunch of reasons. All right, first off, the camera angles are favoring you immensely. All right, as you can see by my POV, what I see of the enemy is just basically his head. All right, I just see his full head from above, and I can get that juicy 2.5 multiplier damage. Obviously, when you shoot the head, you get a 2.5 multiplier in the damage, and you're just going to kill them a lot faster. All right, opposed from the high ground position, being able to see their juicy head and getting all of that damage output onto them. From the inverse position, from the low ground, this guy only sees the tiniest sliver of my head. All right, so he's not going to be getting that multiplier, and yeah, he's basically can only shoot my feet, and the angle is just really awkward because he has to be looking directly up. You can only look up so high in Fortnite, so in doing so, when I actually jumped over him in this aggressive engagement, he had to completely readjust his aim, which completely threw him off, and not only that, he's not able to hit my head, so obviously he's not going to be able to do that much damage to me. All right, and this is why I won the gunfight. All right, again in this game, it's going to be showcasing the second mechanic, and that is controlling the pace of the game, and I'm going to do so in this engagement by using this corner wall, okay, because I'm using the third person aspect of Fortnite to its full advantage, I can actually see him, I can know exactly where he is without the enemy being able to see me. All right, I can see him, he can't see me, and that is a really big advantage. This guy basically had no chance to kill me, just basically setting myself up in the situation. I had a pretty much 99% chance of winning this gunfight. All right, you'll see because I'm using the corner of this wall, I get to decide when I want to engage, when I want to disengage, and the opponent has absolutely no say in the matter. All right, he engages with me when I engage with him. He disengages when I disengage. All right, so basically what I thought of here, taking into account that I want to be controlling the pace of the gunfight, the first time I peeked out, I got a shot on him and he had no idea that I was even there. And guys, like I said, mechanic 2, controlling the pace of the fight, very important. As you guys can see from his POV, when I step out to take the first shot, I get a connection on him and he takes a shot in my general direction. Now what this does is he has to wait for his tac to repump, all right, to re-engage so that he can shoot it again, and I knew this. So I'd peek out, take a shot, get behind cover, and then he was able to shoot. And right after I'd hear a shot, I'd peek out again, take another shot, and he'd shoot again. Okay, so basically he wasn't even able to touch me. And really the only way he was able to get out of the situation was, one, if he just let me peek and shoot at him without shooting at me back and just waiting for the next time I peeked out. Then maybe he'd have a chance, because at the pace it was going right here, he just kept shooting after I was already going back behind the wall. Again, because I was controlling the tempo of the fight. All right, this guy had no control of when we were engaging.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Gamer Couple. We are Sam and Aiden, and for today's video, we're going to be showing you 50 pro tips to become a god in Fortnite. We wanted to do a special giveaway on this video to thank you guys so much for all the support. So we'll be picking 5 winners to give 1,000 V-Bucks to by gift card of their choice. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a comment down below saying what your favorite tip from the video was. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump right on into it. Using the golf cart as a bounce pad before a fight. Whenever you pull up on someone, immediately hit the brakes and then jump on top of the golf cart. As you're jumping up, hold down your walls and this will allow you to go 3 stories high. This gives you the instant high ground advantage before every fight. Edit peeking in a 1x1 with a pyramid. Since Epic adjusted edit peeking by making the tiles opaque, people have been trying to find new ways to safely check their surroundings without being seen. With this strategy, you're going to build a 1x1 and then place a pyramid on top of it. Once you place the pyramid, you can freely edit it and see around you in all directions. This is super helpful late game if you're a defensive player or if you're forced to turtle up. Crossing Loot Lake with half the materials. To do this, you're going to place one small ramp into the water and then another ramp attached to it. At the very top, jump off and then jump twice in the water. After your second jump, repeat this process. You can actually jump twice in the water without slowing down at all, allowing you to cross Loot Lake with half the materials. Using bouncers to get a down teammate out of the storm. Sometimes you don't have the health to pick up your teammate in the storm, but having them crawl out is way too slow. You can place bouncers on backwards ramps to get out of the storm faster, but this also works on down players as well. So next time you're running out of the storm and need to get a down friend out, use bouncers to get both of you out as soon as possible. Disabling spike traps. Whenever a spike trap is on the ceiling, there's actually a way to disable it. To do this, simply edit any 3 corners of your pyramid, and this will make it into a cup-shaped build. Whenever you place this build under a spike trap, it allows you to freely walk underneath without taking any damage. Trapping an enemy above you with a pyramid. Whenever someone gets the edge on you when ramping up for a fight, you can place a pyramid at the top of their ramp to negate them from taking the high ground. This stops their push and allows you to quickly build and retake control of the fight. You can also use this same method, but instead of taking the high ground back, you can box them in and place traps for an easy kill. The 3 best ways to counter the pyramid. The first way to counter is to pyramid yourself. As soon as you get the ramp above someone, place a pyramid on yourself and quickly edit through. This will deny their pyramid attempt. The second way to counter is by simply shooting through it. If you have a fast-firing weapon or a heavy sniper, you can quickly shoot through the pyramid to not get trapped. The last way we like to counter the pyramid is by building up with the ramp, floor, and wall technique. Whenever you place a floor below you on a ramp, it stops the player from being able to place a pyramid above you. The fastest way to get down from a build battle. Whenever you're up too high and need to get down quick, simply walk to the edge of any build and fall down backwards. As you're falling, hold down your walls and then place a ramp after the 3rd wall. This will allow you to get down from a build fight extremely fast. All the secret uses for auto run. Now a lot of people are starting to realize that you can use auto run to quickly organize your inventory without stopping or slowing down. But we actually have a few more auto run uses that can be very helpful. You can press auto run to split ammo or materials, you can drop a weapon or meds to a friend, and you can even use auto run when diving into the map or when gliding to somewhere. Auto run also works in ATKs and shopping carts, allowing you to organize on the go. Rotating ramps to provide cover while moving. When getting shot from the side and you have to move to zone, we usually jump and try to place walls to the side to protect us from the gunfire. But there is a much easier way to do this. If you're getting shot at from the side, simply rotate a ramp towards the enemy. This will allow you to run forward while providing cover without ever slowing down. Reloading your shotguns without slowing down. This tip is extremely helpful when trying to outrun the storm and has helped us in many situations. If your shotgun needs to be reloaded, you can actually jump and reload at the same time. Once the shotgun reloads 1 shell, you want to quickly switch to another weapon. This will allow you to reload 1 bullet while jumping, making it so you never lose speed. You can continue to use this method until your shotgun is completely full. Extra support for crossing high ground. Whenever you need to cross over high ground or when being spammed from below, there is a way to reinforce your build so that you don't get shot out. To do this, place floors and pyramids at the same time. This will give you an extra layer and make you extremely difficult to shoot down. The fastest high ground method. Now this technique requires good editing, but it's the fastest way to build to high ground in the entire game. To go 4 stories high, it usually takes about 3 to 4 seconds even with the fastest builds. But with this method, you can go 4 stories high in just 2 seconds. To do this, edit your pyramid into a ramp. Now place this ramp, jump and turn, and place another ramp. Regular ramps don't snap to each other while building vertically, but pyramid ramps do. This can allow for some serious speed when taking high ground. Placing pyramids instead of floors on certain areas of the map. Certain buildings and tilted towers and the hotel in Paradise Palms both won't let you place floors, but they will let you snap pyramids. So next time you find yourself in a situation where your floors aren't snapping, try using pyramids instead and you might be pleasantly surprised. Throwing 2 C4s on someone in a 1x1. Whenever someone turtles up or is in a 1x1, you want to throw 2 C4s at the structure. If you throw them one right after another, there will be a millisecond in between the explosions, giving you guaranteed damage to the player. This also works the same way with clingers. The 180 bounce pad. This is by far the best way to bounce at someone to engage in a fight. Turning pyramids into backwards ramps or rotating your ramps is super risky, but with the 180 bounce pad, all you have to do is jump, turn around with a ramp, and then place a bouncer. This requires no editing or rotating and is an awesome way to push someone. Destroying your launch pad without shooting it down. Whenever you use a launch pad, you're leaving it for another team or player to use. So this trick is super effective in destroying your launch pad without slowing you down or using any ammo. Once you get to the platform that the launch pad is on, edit the stairs below and cut them in half. Don't confirm the edit until you jump and are right about to hit the pad. If you do this correctly, it'll destroy your launch pad and still allow you to use it. The secret hidden trap. When building up a hill, you're going to place a wall in front of your ramp as soon as you meet the edge of the hill. Now place a spike trap on that wall that is hidden behind the ramp. This will basically make your trap invisible when running up the ramp, allowing for some easy kills. The 4-layered ramp rush. This is an amazing ramp rush that is very practical in game and that will give you tons of support. You're going to start by placing a floor, wall, and ramp, giving you the standard 3-layer push. After you finish the 3-layered push, you're going to repeat it, but this time with a ramp first. This will allow you to get a ramp underneath your 3-layered push, giving you insane support against the spam meta. Using trees to decrease fall damage. In one of our games, we fell from over 4 stories high with only 13 health and somehow didn't die. We noticed this in playback, so we slowed down the footage and noticed that we hit a tree on our way down. We immediately jumped into a game to test this theory, and in fact, certain trees can help break your fall. It won't always negate fall damage completely, but it can definitely help you out in a dire situation. So the next time you get shot down in a build battle, try to land on the side of a tree and it might save your game. Not getting damaged by spike traps when being boxed in. Whenever you get boxed in and someone places a trap, simply run to the other wall. This will put you out of range to be hit by the trap. If someone places 2 traps, one on each wall, simply swing your pickaxe as soon as the trap is placed. You can actually 2-hit the trap before it activates, allowing you to avoid the damage. Emoting on the back of a golf cart to make yourself harder to hit. On the back of a golf cart, you're extremely exposed to fire, unlike the people in the front who have lots of cover. Whenever you're on the back of a cart, constantly emote. This changes your hitbox and makes you way harder to hit. Emotes like the Flippin' Sexy and the Worm are crazy good for this strategy, but any emote with lots of movement will work just as well. The Launchpad Platform. Now this technique has been in the game for a while, but almost nobody utilizes it. This technique allows you to still use your launch pad even if your structure gets shot out. When ramping up to the sky, you're going to place a platform every 3 ramps. This will allow you to turn around and place the launch pad even if you get shot out. When someone shoots out your structure, you can no longer attach any builds to it, so having those platforms ready will ensure that you can safely build up without any of the worry. Trapping players by rotating a ramp to block the door. Whenever someone runs into a room, you can actually rotate or edit a ramp to block the doorway. This allows you to throw grenades or clingers into the room with no way for them to escape. The double ramp pyramid build. Whenever someone gets the high ground, we usually turtle up and then double ramp out to try to retake it. Unfortunately, the Tommy gun and all of the SMGs can easily rip through both ramps, stopping your push instantly. To counter this, all you have to do is double ramp out of the 1x1 like you usually would, but as soon as you place the top ramp, place a pyramid as well. This will give you an extra layer of protection and make your enemy have to shoot through 3 layers instead of 2. This build is really difficult to get the rhythm for, but learning it will definitely give you the advantage in build fights.
Finally, coming in at number 1, we have building as a passenger in a golf cart. Now, a lot of people know that you can build in a golf cart, but not a lot of people are doing this when being shot at. Right now, most of us are just building ramps and doing jumps for fun. But in a serious game, passengers can definitely block incoming damage from another team and protect the squad by building. You can place walls and ramps in any direction while being driven around, allowing you to block damage while repositioning for the fight or running away from the storm.
Season 5 has given Fortnite a very fresh revamp. There are still tons of things to discover, and if you guys have some more new tips, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Memorizing golf cart spawns and rift locations are definitely the most important tip to get the edge this season. Both of these allow for so many possibilities within the game and make it much faster paced.
Anyway guys, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button down below. If you guys are brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a Fortnite video or live stream. If you want to stay up to date with us, our Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and Twitch are in the description. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Alright, this next fight is going to be me and my teammate engaging in a John Wick and his John Wick teammate. Alright, we get a bunch of damage off at first, and because I jumped off, I had the high ground, and I missed my shot. Alright, I did have the high ground, I missed my shot, and in doing so, I landed right next to him. I was not controlling the pace of the gunfight, alright, mechanic number 2, and I also didn't have high ground, alright. So basically, what I did is I disengaged with the gunfight by just building away from him and building upwards. So I was taking away the high ground from him, and I was also taking away the ability for him to control the fight. All right, by doing so, I now control the fight, I now have the high ground, and I have the full advantage over him, and we're gonna see this play out. All right, boom. He actually takes out my teammate there, but I'm able to get a nice tack shot onto him, and I just continue to push his teammate while maintaining high ground. And his teammate really makes a big mistake here. He was getting shots off onto my teammate at first, which allowed his teammate to take out my teammate, but he jumps down here. All right, he gave away his high ground, and that is something that was a huge mistake, and why I was able to just easily clean him up. All right, here's my teammate POV, getting an RPG onto him, blocking walls, but he didn't block his side, so the other guy was able to take him out. And here finally is my POV. I kind of missed the first pump shotgun shot. I disengage, get high ground, easy pump shot onto him. It was a pump shot actually. And then I thought his teammate would keep high ground, but apparently he didn't. He shot out my ramp, but it was too late. I was able to make it over to the roof, and I just had a really easy kill on him at that point. I think what happened is he panicked. I thought I was gonna completely kill off his teammate, so he jumped down to try and save him, and then his teammate called out that I was pushing him with a ramp, so he shut out the ramp, but it was too late. Got over to the roof, got high ground, and was able to take him out. Alright guys, later on in the game we get into another 2-on-2 battle. As you can see, we do not have the high ground over him, so I want to assess the situation. I want to make sure that I, 1, have high ground, and 2, am controlling the pace of the fight. So how do I do that? I shoot out his ramp, he falls, and now we have high ground over them, and it's just completely a slaughter at this point. He's just trying to build, can't really do much to get away from this, and we pick up the double kill. Now my teammate gets shot in the back from this prior engagement. All right, there's another team on us. We did not expect it. He should have built around him, but it's whatever. Right here, after he dies immediately, I put a ramp, put some walls to make sure my teammate doesn't get shot anymore. Just make sure it doesn't go down. This guy's high ground. Again, I assess the situation, I shoot down his ramps. And yeah, I'm just kind of playing this right now. Now in this situation, I didn't exactly have high ground, but I did control the pace of the fight. In doing so, because I was crouched, I was able to use the third person mechanic to see what he was doing, and he was just fully exposed out there. So I knew, because I wasn't exposed, that I controlled the pace of the fight. Now I did both here. Okay, I was crouching, I was looking over with a third person aspect of the game, and when I finally decided it was time, I peeked up, took a few shots, and double dinked him for the kill. Alright guys, lastly, the last battle I could use for this game I was in. We get one. I continued to just use the high ground to push against my opponent, and boom, get an easy kill. It's really that easy, guys. Again, in this engagement, I have the high ground, and I'm also controlling the pace of the fight. If you guys really don't understand what I mean by controlling the pace of the fight, it's really, really important. Alright, because I was able to build above him, and he had basically no cover. Alright, he had absolutely no cover. He's wide in the open. He can't shoot me if I'm just hiding behind my ramps, right? He literally can outshoot me, so that means he cannot control the pace of the fight. Whereas in my position, I have the high ground, I'm behind my ramps, and all I have to do is literally stand up, and I can start taking shots at him, okay? And then I could crouch, and the engagement is completely stopped. All right, and then I can re-engage it by just standing up and taking shots again. All right, he does not have that luxury of deciding when we're gonna fight, because he's wide in the open. He is literally wide in the open, and I have cover. All right, so that is why I was able to easily win this gunfight. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys learned something new throughout this video. Obviously, how important high ground is and why it actually is important. I feel like a lot of people know that high ground is important, but they don't actually understand why. So hopefully you guys learned that today. And I hope that you also understand the second mechanic, which is controlling the pace of the game. All right, just understanding those two mechanics alone will just help your Fortnite game just develop immensely. Okay, you're gonna get a lot better at the game. You're gonna be getting a lot more wins, a lot more victories, if you just really focus on implementing these two things into your game. All right, you can also go into the replay mode and watch your games to make sure that you aren't, messing up on these. All right guys, something I really want you to do in your next few Fortnite games is to really implement this into your play style, is to think the next few games that you're in, if you get eliminated, really think, were you above your opponent? Did you have the high ground on your opponent? And also, were you controlling the pace of the game? All right, if you realized you weren't doing both of those things, all right, you either didn't have high ground or you weren't controlling the pace of the game, that is probably the reason why you got eliminated. And if you go back in your game and you did have both of those two checked off, you had the high ground and you were controlling the pace of the game, maybe you just have really bad aim and you might want to go get that fixed. And we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out.
The shotgun floor technique. Whenever you have the high ground on someone, it's very tempting to drop down and go for a heavy hitting shotgun shot. Unfortunately, shotguns are very inconsistent right now, and dropping down into your enemy is very risky. This technique takes away all the risk of dropping down, but still allows you to get some insane headshots. When built above someone, jump in the air and take a shot directly down at them. As soon as you shoot, place a floor underneath you to catch your fall. You can continue to do this to someone on the low ground, allowing you to output a lot of damage without the risk of taking any. The high ground pyramid. To do this, place a ramp and then a pyramid. Once you're at the highest point of the pyramid, place a floor and then jump onto it. This allows you to go a full story up very quickly. You can also do this twice in a row before your jump goes on cooldown. If you get this technique down fast enough, you can even place a ramp on the floor you jumped onto, allowing you to go 2 stories up extremely fast. Advanced heavy sniper tips. The first heavy sniper tip is to synchronize sniper shots with another sniper. Have the heavy shoot first to take down the wall, followed by an immediate shot with the second sniper to get the kill. This is almost impossible to counter when done right. The second heavy sniper tip is to shoot down build battles with it. You can snipe from a distance and easily take down people in a build fight without them ever noticing. Using bouncers to take high ground quickly. If you're ever in a situation where you get outbuilt, or if you mess up on one of your builds, you can use bouncers to quickly retake high ground and reset the fight. Just place a bouncer on a floor and hold your wall button as you fly up. Once you've gone 3 stories up, place a floor under you and repeat the process if you have to. This method is extremely useful for retaking the high ground or if you're trying to build up to somewhere fast. Golf carts negating fall damage from any height. Now this tip is going to be very situational, but it's always good to know. The top of a golf cart acts as a bounce pad, allowing you to jump on top of it from any height without taking any fall damage. This could potentially save you in certain situations or allow you to get some really insane trick shots. Either way, you never know when this could help you out. Placing pyramids through pre-built roofs. You can actually place a pyramid through any pre-built roof, and this can be useful for tons of situations. Whenever someone is above you, you can place a pyramid through the roof, then break the ceiling and edit out with ease for the high ground. Not only this, but if you place a pyramid through a roof and a pyramid on top of yourself, it's actually enough cover to block damage from 2c4. This pyramid tip isn't going to be needed every game, but it's definitely a good one to know. Pickaxe the bottom of a build fight without making any noise. Whenever you're in a build fight and feel like you've went too high, try to edit quickly to the bottom without making a lot of noise. If someone is more than 3 stories above you, you can actually pickaxe the bottom of the structure without them hearing you. This is really useful for resetting the fight or potentially getting an easy limb. Cross Loot Lake diagonally. To do this, simply edit 2 opposite corners of your pyramid to make the ramp archway. This will snap perfectly into the water, allowing to cross Loot Lake diagonally. Advanced clinger tips. The first clinger tip is to throw it at a wall and then shoot down the wall for easy surprise damage. The second tip is very situational, but can help get some extra limbs. When someone runs away from you into a room, simply throw a clinger onto the door and then open it a second later. This will make the player think they're safe, but actually hit them with a surprise clinger. Getting across the map fast. This method allows you to move as fast as the battle bus and can propel you across Loot Lake in just seconds. If you have a shopping cart and a minigun or LMG, you can sit as a passenger in the cart and shoot the very front of it. This will launch you into hyperspeed anywhere you want to go. This also works with the RPG as well with the shopping cart and the ATK. The double ramp, double floor, and double wall push. This build is used by a lot of pro players and has recently become more popular since the addition of many new spam weapons. To do this, you're going to place 2 ramps left to right, and then 2 floors right to left, and then 2 walls left to right again. This takes a lot of practice, but once you get this down, it's super fun and very useful against high fire rate weapons. Using edits to peek through your walls. When building a 1x1 out of brick or steel, you can quickly edit a door and then unedit it to restart the building process. This allows you to peek through your own walls while being completely covered. You can also use the thermal AR to get a more clear view of where your enemies may be during this time as well. The most reliable way to replace someone's wall. Before the recent structure nerfs, we all tried to shoot out someone's wall who was turtling and replace it with our own very quickly. Unfortunately, sometimes you wouldn't shoot enough bullets to bring down the wall, and it was hard to get the perfect timing. But now, after the structure nerf, you can swing your pickaxe twice and instantly place the wall. This is definitely the most reliable way to replace an enemy's structure when turtling up. Taking minimal to no fall damage when dropping out of a tree. Whenever you're in a tree, your best option is to drop down and place a ramp under you, hoping for no fall damage. But if you crouch and rotate your ramp backwards before falling down, you can actually land on the highest point of the ramp, minimizing fall damage a great deal, and sometimes even negating it completely. The new self-rocket ride. This technique is super easy to do with practice and can be very useful in certain situations. You can use this to outrun the storm or to go for some insane trick shots. Do this, point the rocket directly at the ground, now walk to your side, and then jump and shoot at the same time. As soon as you jump, hold down your forward button to make the rocket go straight. This allows for an instant ride for a long distance. Using ramps instead of walls for edit shots. Whenever you're in a close quarters fight, try to use ramps instead of walls for edit shots. Ever since Epic made the editing tiles opaque, it's really hard to see exactly where your opponent is. But if you use ramps instead, you can quickly edit them in half to see perfectly in front of you. This can allow for some surprise potential and some nice edit shots. Shoot out your bouncer as soon as you use it in a build fight. If your enemy doesn't have bouncers, they're going to try and use yours to get down from a fight. So instead of shooting them when you bounce away, shoot out your bouncer instead. This could either make them fall to their death or leave them stuck in a build while you shoot it down. Rift dive directly onto someone. This tip is super OP and is almost impossible to counter. When using a rift, dive directly onto someone. Any good player's first instinct is going to be to try and build, but if you're directly on top of them, the builds will go behind you, allowing for an easy kill. Before entering the rift, equip the weapon you want to use and it'll be equipped when you land. Carrying an extra item while moving. You can actually juggle an extra item despite having a full inventory. All you have to do is simply look up while sprinting and keep pressing your item interact key. This will allow you to juggle both items without slowing down at all. Strafe when pushing with floors. Whenever you try to push someone on the high ground, you want to ramp up to them and place floors above you to block damage. Whenever they stop pressuring you, edit through the floors to keep pushing. But if you're up against a good player, they're going to wait for you to edit and then shoot. So next time you do this technique, make sure you strafe side to side when editing through the floors. This will make you more unpredictable and harder to hit. Rearranging your traps. There's nothing worse than trying to use a spike trap and placing a bouncer or vice versa. This quick tip will ensure that your trap loadout is in the same order every game. Whenever you get a few trap items, drop them all and then pick them up in the order that you want them. This will create a little more consistency when trying to use traps in the heat of the moment. Building up after shooting down a build fight. Usually people just stand still after shooting out a build fight, expecting to get the elim, but any experienced player who started the build fight in the first place will likely have a bouncer down that can get them down safely, potentially right on top of you. Instead of standing there, build up a little so you can have the advantage of the high ground right away after they fall down. The platform launch. Now this tip is kind of situational and more of a last chance effort to survive from fall damage. If you ever get knocked down in a build fight, you can actually place a launch pad on the ground as you're falling to it. To do this, you have to be insanely fast at placing a floor and a launch pad as you're falling. You can also do this with ramps and bounce pads to survive the fall as well. This isn't going to be always viable in your games, but it's always worth knowing so you have a shot at surviving even when you're falling from a build fight. New material changes. Now a lot of people don't know this, but they actually change the health that each material starts with. Wood used to be the best because it built the quickest and started with the most health, but now wood walls start with 90 health, brick starts with 100, and metal starts with 110. Wooden ramps, floors, and roofs now start with 84 health, brick at 94, and metal with 102. So next time you're in a build fight, need to ramp rush someone, or just need to block some fire, use brick or metal instead of wood to absorb more damage and use less materials. Last but not least, we have playing to improve. Now we know everyone has heard this, but this is by far the most important tip in Fortnite. Playing to improve instead of playing to win will help you grow so much faster as a player. Realizing your mistakes and knowing your weak spots will allow you to iron out the kinks in your game, making you more well-rounded. If you know you can't pyramid well, practice. If you get nervous in 1v1s, take more fights. When you know you can't do something confidently, get in playground and work on it until you can. If you play to improve and stop caring about wins, you'll see serious results. Anyway guys, it's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a Fortnite video or live stream. If you want to stay up to date with us, our Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and Twitch are in the description. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Gamer Couple. We are Sam and Aiden, and for today's video, we're going to be showing you 4 new pro tips to up your game in Fortnite. If you guys didn't know, we do a giveaway every week on the channel, where 2 subscribers will win 1,000 V-Bucks by gift card of their choice. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a comment down below saying what your favorite tip from the video was. If you haven't downloaded Fortnite yet, our affiliate link is in the description below, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Coming in at number 4, we have using shock grenades to take high ground and various other uses. The new shockwave grenades are incredibly strong, and we highly recommend working them into your loadout. You can outrun the storm with them, reposition yourself in the final circle, and even smash through other players' builds, which will be insanely strong in pro play. But the thing we use them most for is retaking high ground. Anytime someone has the high ground on you, shock grenades allow you to get it back freely without wasting any materials. If someone is above you, simply throw them at your feet and you'll launch above them, easily taking high ground without any risk. There's so many amazing reasons to carry these grenades in game, and they're definitely going to become meta very soon.
Coming in at number 3, we have using the anti-gravity fields to your advantage. Now, we weren't going to add this tip to the video, but we recently found out that there's going to be 5 other anti-gravity fields in Season 5. Whenever you're in this field, you can use bouncers, impulse, and shock grenades to move through it super fast. But what a lot of people don't know is that you can place a launch pad in this field and it will instantly create a super launch pad without a bouncer. This allows you to get some really amazing rotations or to outrun the storm. You can even make a super launch pad inside this field, basically recreating the same height as a rift.
Coming in at number 2, we have how to make your pyramid snap every single time. Now we get a lot of comments saying that people try to use pyramids, but sometimes they don't snap. This actually used to happen to us in game all the time, but we found a really easy fix. Whenever someone ramps to you, if there's a gap in between your guys' ramps, a pyramid will snap every time without issue. But whenever someone ramps directly above you, if you look up and try to place a pyramid, it actually won't snap. The solution to this is to immediately jump backwards and look up. If you try to place the pyramid after jumping backwards, it will snap every single time and allow for perfect consistency.
Finally, coming in at number 1, we have a couple tips for the Rift to Go. Whenever you find one of these but have full inventory, you can pick up the Rift to Go, use it, and then pick up the item you dropped before it activates. This allows you to Rift for a fast rotation without wasting an item slot to hold it. The other tip we have is holding it for build fights. This is a great item to use as a backup plan whenever something goes wrong. One of its coolest features is that you can actually use it midair while falling. This can allow you to escape if you're ever shot down in a build fight. Anyway guys, it's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to never miss a Fortnite video or live stream. If you want to stay up to date with us, our Twitter, Discord, Instagram, and Twitch are in the description. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.